Welcome back, everyone, to the Anti-Stall Racing IMSA series. We're back for round 4 of season 8. Going to be a brilliant race today. We're at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for, well, what was originally forecast to be quite a wet race, but looks now like it's going to be more on the dry side. I'm joined today by Adrian, first time in the commentary booth for Adrian. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Alex Ottman going to come down the back straight, but the main overtaking zone on the track, to be honest, really, and then he's going to come into that famous chicane with a wall of champions on the outside to set a lap, and we have got a couple of people in front of him. Apologies for that. Ignas Vincereskis then sets the benchmark time. That's 34.755. Alex Otvo slots in behind him. Say behind him, it's still 7/10 off of what Ignas did in the Acura, so absolutely flying in the Acura. Luigi Nespolini slots into second place in the other Ford. It's car number 7. I'm just trying to find him. That's Luigi Nespolini is still running to the line. It's a purple final sector for Nespolini. Does that do anything? And it does. Moves him up onto the front row at the end of the session. Sebastian is going to jump that queue a little bit with those two purples unless someone else pulls something mega out of this final sector. That could be fuel load, though. He could be going for one less flyer in this run than some of the other cars. Benchmark time then is going to be a 1:29.966 by Christian Glamshed, Simon Bamber, James Ebron slotting behind, but then Sebastian van der Heuvel goes and puts a second on them. Christian Glamshed sets a purple sector free to go back to the original pole and is beaten quite instantaneously by Simon Bamber to go 2 times clear of Glamshed. We've seen James Ebron with a mega lap to go a second clear of Simon Bamber at the front. Andy Yeager's in this fight as well. He just set a purple sector 2, but it was only good enough for P3. So James Ebron really flying at the front there. Well, past the wall of champions, it's going to be across the line about now. Lely's going to set the benchmark time, and it is a 1:25.784. Let's see if anyone can beat it. Matthias can't. Alvaro can. Alvaro goes to the top and is then beaten once again by Davide Favaro. Absolutely flying in the other Acura. Panto Avale goes to P2. Very close at the front, just over half a second separate the, just under half a second, sorry, separate the top 4 as they run, and Gutierrez in P3, just over 2 times clear pole position. Lely though sets a purple sector 1 on his latest flying lap. And it's a 1:22.379 to move to 8 times clear of Davide. Gutierrez gets within half a second. Davide gets back within 0.3 of a second, but not the original pole that he was on before. Doing well for the Acuras right now. Down the back stretch into the chicane. What can Lely do to extend that gap out front? We've seen this from him before. He's been absolutely rapid in qualifying. 7/10 clear at the front, a 1:21.949. For those of you that weren't with us last week, Adrian, do you want to fill them in on what happened last week when Lely was on provisional pole position?
You know what? I honestly do not recall what. Oh, was he the one that stalled?
He was the one that, did not take the start, was on the grid and couldn't get moving for some. I think he had some sort of technical issue. So, despite the fact that it maybe looks a little bit bleak with the pace that he's displaying, it's definitely not over yet. Panto Avale P6, he'll be pretty happy with that one. Says Viton P5, he'll be happy with that. Places ahead of all of the Ferraris. It won't be quite where he wants to be, but given how the session's gone so far, he'll probably take that. John Paul Siemens in the pits, Davy van der Vakker's in the pits, that's checkered flag. Favaro is the only one that can challenge Lely, and I tell you what, I'm going to have to apologise because Ferrari's livery is updated, and it's not the livery I thought he was running. But comes across the line now with that purple sector. He's definitely got a chance at pole position here. No improvements from Lely so far this lap as well, so it's going to be over for Lely, and Favaro goes to pole position with a 1:21.818. Did not see that coming. Davide Favaro, though, getting ready to go green. He's holding them a long time. And they've got to go by the time they get to that Napa Auto Parts line, and he does. jumps away nicely. He's got away very nicely, built a nice gap. Lely's actually fighting with Jean-Paul Seaman, who slots through into second place. He'll be very happy with the way that's gone for him. LMP2 are still a little bit away from taking the green flag, so we're going to follow this battle on its way down into turn 3 and turn 4. Side by side towards the back of the pack. No one taken to the escape road. Looks like everyone's made it through quite nicely. Very impressed to see that. Let's take a look. Sebastian van der Heuvel round at the start of the LMP2 field. Not sure what's caused that. We'll try and take a look and see what happened. Got a bunch of 4Xs in the LMP2 field. James Ebram goes to the green note, and that's Sebastian has caught up a little bit at the back and will hopefully have caught up mostly by turn 1. That's going to be put under investigation by race control. James Ebram
no start with the that will be with the LMPs, the P2s. Oh. Oh dear.
Ignas Vincerevsky's getting ready to go green. He goes through turn 1 in the lead. We've got a bit of smoke ahead. I don't know if there's some more LMP2 action. It looks like there almost certainly was. Ignas is going to lead nicely though in this class. We've got a lot of action in this GT3 field as we usually do. There's a little bit of side by side there. That's Ignas's teammate, I believe. He's going to get past the other Acura in the field, the black Acura. Watch Sebastian. He's the car that we saw sideways. Oh, and he got tagged by... Oh, that's very bizarre. That's why that's under investigation. Ruben right on the back here now, as we've got that's Davide Favaro making his way through now on the LMP2 class, and that's not going to help Ruben because he slots in between the two LMP2s, and that pushes Liam de Kock right onto the back of Ruben as the GCPs are trying to find somewhere to go. Ruben's able to get back on the racing line, but that's going to give Liam de Kock the line down the inside, but then he's boxed in by the GT3 as Ruben follows the GTP around the outside. Everyone's made it through. It didn't look like that was going to be the outcome at one point. That's given a big chunk of breathing room to Simon Bambo. We've got headlight flashes behind from Liam de Kock. He's not happy with the way they presented that. That's Sebastian van der Heuvel trying to make his way past Liam de Kock. He's found the inside line. He's alongside, down under braking, gets past Liam de Kock to move up to P4 on that recovery drive that he's so adamant he wants to do. Moves to the inside to defend. One move, we'll see how race control for you that. I think he's probably going to be all right with it. It wasn't reactive. He knew what he was doing. That's a time penalty for Sven Elmers. Car number 316 for blocking. Not sure what that one is either. Jean-Paul Seaman round on the exit of turn 3. Trying to find a way back on track, but that's going to be really, really, really difficult from where he is. Gutierrez not happy with something. I think that's probably the same incident. Let's take a look at how Sebastian got past his teammate to move into P3 as he's on the recovery charge. He's just got a good exit. I think the traffic's maybe helped him a little bit here. They rub wheels, do the teammates, into the fast chicane where we've seen so many incidents, and that's where the spinning car was in front. It wasn't turn 3. But everyone else made it through fairly cleanly. Got a big crash in GTP. What's happened here?
Immediately under investigation by race control as well.
Oh, is he going to go into the back of him? Surely he is now.
No?
Oh, big lockup. Big lockup for the number 6. That's Davy van der Bakke who had that big moment there. GT3, we've not had a look at much GT3 action here, but Oriol Folk is right on the back of Ignas. In fact, that's not Ignas. I keep getting tricked. Ignas has a teammate in the series now. That's Ivan Ubera that he's right on the back of. 3 tenths separate these two. All having made one pit stop now, bar Adam Jarvis, who is going for that fuel-saving strategy. We've seen him do so many times. That's why he's in the lead now. He did it last week, as did his entire team. I think they came away with some pretty handy results because of it as well. Ivan Ubera with a slowdown, and that's going to allow Oriol Folk through as Ubera tries his best to stay out of the way, but parking on the apex is not going to please race control when you're trying to serve a slowdown. This is side by side with Ayrton Kooijkoven and Albert Preem as they go into the final chicane. Andy from race control negotiating one of the drivers as to explain his drive-through penalty. Oh, and he gets ahead, but he rides all over the curbs. It's going to be a rubbish exit for Albert Preem ahead, and that's going to give Ayrton a chance to fight back. Oh, I love this section of corners. Ayrton's going to come out ahead, it looks like.
Okay, can he keep it going down into the...
Oh,
the
and Albert's got to go down the inside.
Oh.
Albert Preem in the green DLR Ferrari with a mega switch back there to get a run out of turn 2 and then dive down the inside of turn 3. That gives him P6 in class as they run. It's all over the place here. Whoa! That's your leader. That's James Ebram. Spins off in traffic. He's going to get pointed back in the right direction. He'll be pretty pleased he built up that very, very big buffer. Let's take a replay at what happened here. James Ebram right on the back of a GTP. I don't think there was even any contact there, to be honest. It's just a bit of 3 into 1, doesn't go. I've heard some metal crushing noises, and I think this is going to be what it is. This is Ivan Ubera and Niels Uleman coming to blows. Niels, who was running in the podium positions, and oh no!
Oh no!
As the GTPs get all caught up in it. That was Albert Preem, I believe. That was one of the first ones to arrive on the instant. Yeah, it's going to be Preem, and Wyson was right behind him, wasn't he? Davide Favaro coming down the main straight now. And I'll tell you what, Lely's on his way out. Lely's on his way through turn 2. This is going to be incredibly close on the exit. No, it's not, because Lely's clear. That's Lely up the road on his way into turn 3. And Favaro's not happy. You can see as he makes his way through the GT3 traffic, because he thought he had this one in the bag, and he's 3 seconds behind his rival now. Yeah, what's happened to Ruben?
Oh, whoa.
Ruben round in his pursuit of P2. That drops him off the podium. His teammate now moves into the podium positions. Let's take a look at what happened, and it's with the GT3 car number 4. Seen a couple of incidents for Brand today. Let's take a look at how it happened momentarily, and then we're going to go back to live images. It was all in the traffic, you're right. Goes around the outside as Jeffrey Ross gets boxed in, but then he boxes himself in with the move. Back at it again. These two are not going to give it up. But neither of these drivers has a particular advantage being in the same car, of course. But they can each use the traffic to their own advantage, and Jean-Paul Siemens used it here very, very well. Round the outside, can he make it work? There's a GT3 in the way. I think he's got to get in the way again. He's going to get boxed in. He pushes the GT3 out of the way. The GT3 is not happy. Flashes his lights are going to be side by side into the hairpin once again. And it's going to be another corner ahead for Jeffrey Ross. He keeps using the traffic beautifully here.
Oh my God.
Jeffrey Ross still ahead of Jean-Paul Seaman, but they're going to be side by side. And this is where they were last time. Oh, Jean-Paul goes deep across the curb, loose on the exit. Has he got a slowdown? He's not.
We will have a slowdown here, yes. Oh my.
Oh, deep for Jeffrey Ross on the brakes. That's going to give Jean-Paul Seaman a good run, and Jean-Paul Seaman's going to get boxed in behind the GT3 once again. No, he's not. They were in this same position last time round, and it's not worked for Jean-Paul Seaman twice in a row, but he gets a good exit this time, and I think that's going to be moved on. Oh, and that's checkered flag about to drop for Alessandro Lely as he comes across the line to win in GTP. And I tell you what, that's going to be checkered flag for James Ebram as well. He's going to win in LMP2. It's second place for Favaro. And we're just waiting to see Ignis come across the line. He celebrated a win that couldn't be taken away from him last week, but then a post-race penalty was applied. I don't believe he's under investigation for anything that I can see. He's had a very, very clean race today. 0 incident points race for Ignis here as well, which is mighty, mighty impressive.
Uh-oh.
Jean-Paul Seaman completes your podium in GTP. GT3 AM winner is going to be Michael Kellenberger. Stella Botkoven's already taken the checkered flag because of their position relative to the leader. And Ignis will be pretty happy with that one.
Pretty happy. I can feel he's pretty happy about that one.
Weaving before the checkered. as we've got some donuts in turn 1 and in the runoff area. Thanks everyone that joined us, and we'll see you next time.